Hey, what's up guys, it's Aozolai. So a few weeks ago there was a situation where a Spanish language Halo YouTuber by the name of iCaesarRU486 was copying my analysis data. He took my data and presented it in his videos as if he did all the research himself, even though it was data that I found. But eventually he got caught and ended up apologizing to me for what he did. And although I was kind of angered, I wanted to handle the situation professionally, so I respected that he apologized and moved on from there. However, recently iCaesar made a video in which he attempted to explain what happened, but his explanation was a misrepresentation of the truth, and he also attempted to discredit me by making allegations that simply are not true. So in this video, I'm going to defend my channel by exposing iCaesar for his lies. So let's begin. Most of you are probably already aware that a short while ago I first addressed this data copying situation when I published my scattershots analysis. I commented on the video and said this. A few notes. First, to someone on YouTube that keeps taking all of my analysis data and making it seem like it's his work in his own videos, just in a different language. It's getting to the point where it's pissing me off since Phoenix Ashes and I put in all these hours and effort to actually get the red reticle ranges, one-shot kill ranges, times to kill, etc. data for you guys. Well, he just takes it and claims it as his, and never credits me for finding this stuff. I already know for a fact that it's my data because it's 100% the same as mine. If this continues, expect a video of him getting roasted by me for that bullshit. I just want to make it clear that everyone is allowed to use my data for their own original work. The problem with this individual is that he consistently takes my data, video after video, and makes it seem like he found it out. A simple data provided by Aozolai would be fine, but no surprise here, some people like to steal other people's work. Don't want to start drama, I'll see how the situation develops. So the key words you need to remember from my statement is the fact that I said this dude was copying my analysis data and not my YouTube content. This is important and will make sense towards the end of the video. So I knew that iCaesar was copying my data because in about 7 or 8 different videos he presented red reticle ranges, times to kill, reload times, etc. that were exact same values as mine. If he would have done his own calculations, his data would be different from mine, but it was 100% the same. And in addition to this, his videos were coincidentally uploaded after my analysis videos. Now at that time, I didn't have the time to make a formal video to explain this data copying situation, nor did I want to start bullshit drama surrounding my YouTube channel. So I only continued monitoring the situation to see how it would develop. Eventually, I got tips from some of my Spanish-speaking viewers who also found his channel and suspected something fishy was going on. They directed me to look at the comment sections of his videos and I began to find comments like this. So this guy basically said to iCaesar that he suspects the information is from an English channel, and for that reason iCaesar has not made weapon guides on weapons that the English channel has not yet analyzed. Of course, iCaesar responds and claims that he does all the work in finding the data himself and any other information he finds on Halo Waypoint and Halopedia. But I wonder where on Waypoint or Halopedia it shows times to kill, red reticle ranges, kill radii, blast radii, cooldown times, reload times, and so on. As far as I know, such a collection of data is only shown in my videos, and I'm not trying to brag. Therefore, he must have taken it from me, and the fact that the data is again exactly the same numerical values as mine to the 10th place and even the 100th place, this is just more proof. There are other similar comments that prove my point, but I don't want to spend too much time focused on one thing, so let's continue. At this point, I'm getting pissed because this dude was making it seem that all the data that he shows in his videos were calculated by him. But that was not the case. So I decided to comment on his carbine video and ask him where did you get the data, in English and Spanish. And what a surprise, no response. It seems like he was able to see other comments on the video except for mine, which was kind of interesting. Oh, and let's not forget that as soon as I asked him where he got the data from, he proceeded to completely delete the data summary section in his video description box. That data summary was literally the same exact format as the data summary in the description of my carbine analysis video. Unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot of this, but this really happened. Now ask yourself this, why did iCaesar not respond to me when I asked where he gets the data from? Why did iCaesar delete the data summary from the video description after my comment? Suspicious to say the least, but let's look at more evidence. So some time goes by and this dude uploads another video, and again it's coincidentally released after my analysis video of the same weapons. Lo and behold, the new video again contains many data values that are oddly 100% the same as mine. At this point, I'm getting frustrated with this BS, so you might remember when I uploaded my gravity hammers analysis video, I made another statement about this data copying situation where I said this. bare long analysis, it was getting kind of too long, so I cut/sped up less important points and data. No more video summaries of data in my description boxes. If you want to know why, read the brief description of this video. It's unnecessary drama BS that I don't want my YouTube channel involved with, and I honestly don't have the time for it. If that's an inconvenience for you guys, then I apologize. Until next time, Spartans. So as much as I thought this dude was pathetic for copying my data without crediting me, I still pitied him and didn't mention his channel's name in any of my statements. I should have made a video exposing him, but I didn't. Now at this point, after a couple of weeks of dealing with this shit on my channel, some of you took matters into your own hands and found out that this dude's name was iCaesarRU486, so you started blasting him on his channel. Case in point would be this comment right here, which is funny as hell. It says, "Stop copying Aozolai, you fucking cocksucker." So he gets called out for copying my data, but again pushes the narrative that he didn't copy anyone. And if you guys, supporters of Aozolai, basically continue fucking around, he will denounce Aozolai for bullying. What? Meanwhile, I haven't done anything to this dude at all, nor did I ever tell you guys to attack his channel. Him being called out for data copying is not bullying. It's him getting angry because he got caught. But somehow Aozolai is now bullying this guy. Wow, what a joke. So because of the actions of you guys, iCaesar finally decides to send me a message on YouTube where he says this: "I can see that lately you have problems with me, which I see silly since I do not even know you. I see that several of your subscribers have been attacking me the last hours of stealing your info, which is not true. I told you that information I use." No you didn't. "I investigated. Many of my subscribers have helped me to investigate this information. I ask you in the most careful way to stop this because I have never stolen things from you, and in any given case, I will give you your respective mention, because when I use things that are not mine, I make mention of the creator. But in this case not, since I have not stolen things from you. Please, if you want to speak something, say it before your people come to attack me, because if that is the case, everyone is getting into harassment problems, and we do not want problems. I hope we can solve this in the best way. For your attention, thanks." Wow, iCaesar, you're correct. We don't want problems. But clearly you're the one that is trying to cover your ass by lying over and over again and accusing me of bullying. Anyway, I respond to him and say this: "You have made Guia de Armas weapon guides videos for carbines, shotguns, railguns, saws, etc. All of those videos were coincidentally uploaded to YouTube after my weapon analysis. All of the data that you use in those videos, red reticle ranges, times to kill, rates of fire, reload times, etc. are 100% the same as mine, but only in Spanish. In your Carabina Covenant Guia de Armas video, your calculations are 100% identical to mine. In your Análisis de las Miras video, all of your red reticle ranges for scopes are 100% identical to mine. In your Fue Glorioso vs Juramento, so Blaze of Glory vs Oathsworn video, you even copied the OSKR data, one-shot kill ranges, El Rango de Matar de un Tiro, for the Blaze of Glory, which was 14.0 meters, and Oathsworn, which was 9.51 meters. In your Cañón Electromagnetico, so railgun video, your data is 100% the same as mine. You even have the same exact kill radii and blast radii as me for every railgun. I can give you more and more examples. The evidence against you is overwhelming. You clearly copy the data from me and don't give credit. Meanwhile, my buddies and I work our asses off trying to find the data, which takes hours and hours of hard work. You've even removed the data section from the description of one of your videos after I commented and asked where you got the data from. So you either tell me the truth and admit that you've been taking my data, or tell me exactly where you got it from. There's no way your data would be the exact same numbers as mine if you did the research yourself. You're responsible for your own actions, and only the truth can help you in this situation. I hope you make the right decision." So I think it's fair to say that he just got annihilated by even more evidence of him copying my data. So his response is this: "Look, I admit from time to time I take help from your videos." Alright, so you just admitted that you do copy my data. But I tell you, not all the data I get from you. I investigate a lot on my own, and I have videos, gameplay, where I do that. Not in all videos I use your info. As I say, it is a help. To avoid this, I will put your credits in the parts where you use your info, but only the one I use, like the OSKR. In the future, if I use data, what the fuck is this shit? And in the future, if I use data yours in the same way, I will give you credit. More attentively, I apologize, but it is also not for you to say that I robbed everything, because it is not so. I will pour your channel when I use one or another data of, goddamn, of yours when it is not. I really regret this misunderstanding, but I would also like you to remove your people from here, because if they continue attacking me, instead of helping you, they will harm you. Again, I repeat, sorry for the misunderstanding. I will put your channel in the videos that I use one that another your data. Holy shit. And I'll be in the future, if I use your info, I hope to answer. Oh my god, I butchered that shit, but whatever. Wow, so finally, after multiple lies and attempts to hide from the truth, he admits that he did copy my data and didn't give credit, and he even apologizes for doing that. Remember how this dude kept denying that he copied Aozolai's data? Pepperidge Farm remembers, so here's my response. It takes a lot to admit your mistakes and take responsibility for them. So I appreciate the fact that you apologize for this. Taking responsibility and apologizing is rare these days. As a Halo YouTuber, my goal is not to divide the Halo community nor destroy smaller YouTube channels like yours. However, you should have responded to me when I asked you where you got your data on one of your videos. This entire situation would have been avoided if you simply responded and told me you do use my data and gave me credit, but you didn't. Simply stating this data was found by Aozolai or data provided by Aozolai is fine. Giving me proper credit is all I ask for, especially when my buddies and I put in hours of our time to research this stuff in Halo. I understand people make mistakes and I respect when they acknowledge them. Therefore, I'll let this pass, but do not do this in the future. If you use my data in the future, then give me credit for my work and there will not be a problem. And to be clear, I never asked my subscribers to start attacking you, and I'm not responsible for their actions. That's the result of your actions. However, I will tell them that you apologized and we resolved the situation. I'll comment on your video and my latest video. A formal address to this situation will be made on Thursday when my next video is uploaded. So yeah, I commented on his video and told my supporters that iCaesar has apologized and the data copying situation was resolved. Then on my Halo 2 beam rifles analysis video, I made that formal address and said this. Hey guys, I want to let you all know that iCaesar RU486 has apologized for copying my data without crediting me, and the situation is resolved. There will not be a video dedicated to exposing his actions, as it's not in my interest to destroy someone else's YouTube channel. The dude admitted what he did was wrong and apologized, so I respect that and I'll give him a pass. That being said, this is also a shout out to all of you who started calling him out on his channel, even though I did not make a request for you to do so. Your actions ultimately caused him to contact me and apologize. Again, the issue is resolved, so refrain from targeting iCaesar RU486's channel. Thank you guys for the support. Let's put this issue in the past and focus on the future. So finally, the situation was resolved. I tried my best to handle it as respectfully as I could, and I thought it was finally the end. Well, I was wrong. Look at what Chrono Hyperion says at the bottom. He says that's cool, but just in case, keep an eye out of him, because remember, promises won't last. And this is a spot-on prediction of what happened next. So shortly later, iCaesar releases the video I talked about in the beginning of this video, and that video is called Marcador de Amenzas, where he explains to his viewers what happened in the situation with Aozolai. At about the 4-minute mark, he begins explaining again that he never copied my data and he does all the tests and research himself, and he always credits everyone. We now know these are lies because I literally just proved that he did copy my data without crediting me, and he tried multiple times to lie his way out of the situation, and once I presented overwhelming evidence against him, he finally admitted to copying my data and even apologized. Oh, but it gets even better. He then proceeds to make me look like a delusional idiot by claiming that I accused him of robbing content. He also explains that just because I uploaded my analysis video before him, it does not mean that his content is robbed from me. And this is topped off by him saying that people are not stupid and anyone is allowed to make this type of Halo content. A valid argument, but it's not a sound argument. So let's dismantle his explanation and prove yet another time that he's lying. First of all, iCaesar, bro, I want you to show exactly where I, the evil bully Aozolai, accused you of robbing my content, because that never happened. What I did do was accuse you of copying my data without giving me proper credit. You tried lying, then you admitted you copied my data, and you finally apologized. Never did I accuse you of stealing Halo content. Halo content and data are two different things, and this whole copying situation was exclusively about data and not Halo content. For example, there are other YouTubers that make analytical Halo videos just like myself. However, I've never bitched and accused them of stealing Halo content. Why? Because this isn't about Halo content. Everyone can make analytical Halo videos. This is about you copying data that I work my ass off to get. So once again, you are lying to cover your ass up while simultaneously trying to discredit me with false information. Oh, and I agree with you about that just because I uploaded a weapon analysis video earlier, it does not prevent you from making a video on the same weapon later. However, it's kind of pathetic that you wait for me to do an analysis video before you upload your version. Why don't you analyze weapons in full detail that I haven't covered yet? Why don't you do a binary rifle analysis, an incineration cannon analysis? I haven't analyzed those weapons yet. Oh, that's right, you're going to wait until I analyze those weapons so you can copy the data again. iCaesar-RU486, I don't know what your intent was in this situation, but clearly the evidence is stacked against you. You are the guilty one in this situation and you know it, and that's why you ended up apologizing to me for what you did. Then you tried to ruin my YouTube reputation by presenting me as some sort of moron bully that accuses people of stealing Halo content. I gave you a pass for lying about copying my data, but you're not getting a pass for discrediting me with lies. I told you respectfully that the only thing that can help you in this situation is the truth. You should have taken that advice. Instead, you chose to slander me, and in your attempt to justify your actions and ruin my reputation, you only ended up ruining yourself. So congratulations, bro. Anyway, I'm done with this shit and I'll move on to end this video with a message to my viewers. First, thank you guys for having my back. I appreciate it and it really means a lot. Second, please understand that I don't want anything to do with this dude. He clearly has shown what kind of person he is. I don't want any more drama with him, and I sure as hell don't want my channel to be associated with his. Judging by his character, he would just complain to his viewers that because Aozolai exposed him for copying and lying, Aozolai is an evil bully that abuses smaller YouTube channels. However, I don't give a shit because I know this isn't bullying, but rather defending my credibility and the truth. So that's the story of the data copycat. If any of you guys have anything to say or any thoughts at all about what happened, leave them below in the comments section. It would be interesting to see what you think about the situation. Well, that's it for this one, so thank you for watching and until next time.